What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Siouxsie and the Banshees, and more from A Kiss in the Dreamhouse, 1982. Thank you as always to Nicola. And the next track is Circle. It's a two-dimensional shape. In different ways, it's been important in both practical applications, geometrical and mathematical speculations, and just in human culture and intellectual ideas since the beginning of recorded history, and surely beyond that. I don't quite know what to expect. It's such a general title, and circles are relevant in so many different ways. I suppose it would probably be related to human affairs and relations, maybe circling something as a verb, meaning revolving around it, and whether that's a person or some activity or subculture. I can see a number of ways that's relevant. It could be about the shape itself, the imagery, what it might represent to different peoples at different times. Again, it's a very simple category, and yet it's full of so much potential, so let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Siouxsie and the Banshees. The track is Circle, and it's from the 1982 album A Kiss in the Dreamhouse.
Pretty girl at 16 has fun and runs crazy. Room girl at 16, now a mother grows lazy. Next to 16, you're a baby, like mother grows lazy. And her stomach is churning, whilst her eyes keep turning around and around, round and around, getting no higher from the ground, round and around, round and around. This circle has an empty sound. Father inflicts discipline, boy rebels against him. He leaves for the big town for love and adventure. The words he first heard, unlike his instincts, run deeper. Now boy beats children if they disobey him, and the cat riddled with worms chases his tail round and around, round and around, getting behind from the ground, round and around, round and around. The circle has an empty sound. Take a trip with your family and see where they go. Give them a free ticket. It's the best thing to do. And if you wind up on the circle line, hell, it's not a matter of options. Then if you run into the yellow, well,
A very intense tune. Thinking of concepts immediately after hearing it, it felt like it was maybe with different iterations and different scales or scopes of understanding in this regard, talking about a concept often, I think, associated with Nietzsche in translation, that time is a flat circle and the same things are going to keep happening again and again and again and again. But we had some vignettes at the beginning, a woman who, or a girl who's 16 and maybe mom is not entirely there, or maybe it's repeating what mom did and it sounds like maybe she got pregnant at that age. And then we're talking about a boy who wants to break free of his father's control and to rebel and to set out on an adventure, but perhaps that's just repeating what dad did at the same age. And then talking about a cat filled with worms, a very intense description, but chasing its tail again and again and again. And the sonics, of course, in different ways, just rolling over again and again. The main melody, different aspects of the percussion scheme, whether that's the snare hit or the claps or the hats. Just the whole song felt cyclonic, and obviously that's a circle which has a vertical element to it, including with different widths depending on where you are in the column. But again, everything felt like this inevitable. And indeed, talk about lines and the way that there's different lines, and if you get in a line that is a circle, it never stops. You're never going to get to a destination because you're just going to keep going through the same sequence again and again. So it seemed to, on some level, speak to the inevitability and constant or repeated nature of human affairs, human lives and outcomes more generally, and not just humans, of course, if we're referencing cats chasing their tails. So visually talking about circles, talking about the bent and repetitive nature of human and other behavior. So yeah, again, it feels like there's different scales and scopes being approached by this, and all of it being expressed through the sonic configuration and composition. Siouxsie's voice near the end especially feeling like maybe it was layered, coming around on itself at the same time. So I don't really know how it all stitches together and whether it's not so much a narrative per se, although again seemingly with little vignettes that have implied larger narratives, but just suggesting that this is what reality is, this is what the universe is, this is what life is, and maybe it's not so pleasant, but it will keep happening in this way. Either way, a very intense song, which again feels like I've said that about a lot of their tunes, though this one in a more singular and unique way. So yeah, curious to hear what people have to say about this one. Let me know, and I will see you next time. Peace.